Hello, everybody. Welcome to the video on Saturn. In this video, what we're doing is we're talking about the second aspect of Saturn, how Saturn really works in our life. Now, a lot of it is dependent on the position of Saturn, all right, position of Saturn in your birth chart. Now, along with the position of Saturn in your birth chart, we also have to look into what type of Saturn period you're running. Are you running a Saturn Mahadasa, or are you running a Ashtama Sani, or the eighth house Saturn, from the moon sign, or even from the Lagna? Or are you running a Yayara Sani or 7.5 Saturn, which is Saturn running the 12th, first, and second house of your moon sign primarily. But we can also add it to the Lagna sometimes. All right. So, or are you running a Saturn Subbhukti of another Dasana, as a major Dasana? So those things also play a role in the kind of experience that you go through. But with that, it usually what how it usually activates is you want to look at two things. One is the Lord, the exact Lord that Saturn is lording over. Correct. So Saturn is, as you know, the ruler of two signs, Makara, Capricorn, and Aquarius, Kumbha. All right. Now, depending on your Lagna, the Makara and Kumbha would be a certain house. And then usually the Saturn sub periods and Saturn periods would activate those houses. All right. Or if it is, for example, but if it is in your 7.5 Saturn, or if it is in your Ashtama Sani, the eighth house Saturn, it might end up activating the exact house that Saturn represents wherever he's sitting. So, for example, let's say you are a Virgo Lagna or a Virgo Rasi person, all right, Virgo moon sign person. Now, your fourth house is basically Saturn in Capricorn, all right. Now, your actual Saturn may be sitting in the 10th house, or it might be sitting in even in the second house, exalted in Libra. But since it is going over the fourth house in the transit, it might cause the issues that it usually causes in the home environment. It might cause the effects of the fourth house effect. So that's really how Saturn works. So basically, you want to see which houses he's lording over. So in the previous case, like I said, he might have caused effects in the fourth or the fifth house, but primarily the fourth house because the transit is in the fourth house. So with that said, let's talk about how Saturn influences in different houses. So if Saturn is the lord of the first and the second house, which is your Capricorn and Aquarius ascendants primarily. So with Saturn either being the first and the second house, what would end up happening is see, the first house is all about yourself, all right, your own personality. So you will see impacts on confidence, impacts that will affect your self-confidence, your own mental clarity, your own mental thinking. So those kinds of things when Saturn is the first house. Forget about the lordship, I'm talking about the houses. If it is in the second house, Saturn will influence your ability to accumulate wealth or your close family relations, or it might even affect your ability to speak. It may impair your speaking abilities. The third is siblings. So this could cause enmity with siblings or siblings acting as obstacles in the way. So this could be, for example, let's say you had a good career plan, but now you have the responsibility of having to get your sister married, and you have to pay for that. So that's an example. Then, if it is the fourth house, Saturn would influence the motherland, home environment, and it will affect that. And or the relationship with the mother, relationship with the home that you have, forceful movement of the house, those kinds of things. If it is the fifth house, it would be an affliction on your creativity, impairment of creativity. See, Saturn will also boost those things, but at the same time, it will cause the typical Saturn obstacles in those houses wherever it is sitting. So, and then ability to gain wealth, ability to have children, delay of children, those kinds of things. If it's sixth house, Saturn will cause debt. It will cause short-term or long-term sicknesses. This might be injuries, joint problems, debts, enemies, basically disease, debts, and enemies, any one of those. All right. And then sometimes even your upaya in terms of going to doctors, going to consultants may not really help when you're running Saturn in the sixth house. You will experience issues, then digestive issues for sixth house. So sixth house Saturn, you want to be careful. So seventh house would be relationships, your one-to-one relationships with other people, how you relate with other people, and your business partnerships, any partnerships in general, anywhere you seek equity. It could be relationships with a best friend. It could be relationships with your friendships. So that might end up causing issues. Then it can also lead to death. So remember, Saturn in the second and seventh house, when you're running a Saturn period, there's a possibility of death. Not for everybody. It also depends on your chronological age. So the download of Saturn energy when it's sitting in the second or the seventh house, and when you're running the Saturn period, depending on the age that you're running, the energy is so intense, the stress is so intense because these are Maraka periods. Uh, and Maraka periods are characterized by so much suffering that you do not want to live, that you feel like you should not be living. And so that the suffering is so intense that if you're younger, you go through that suffering, you experience it, you feel suicidal thoughts, and then you move on. But if you are older, what will end up happening is it will really start afflicting you to the point that you might die, you know. So then in the eighth, again, Saturn would look at addictions. We would look at addictions, transformations of personality, changes in personality, deep obstacles, then change of residences, terminal sicknesses, terminal illnesses can be studied from here, you know. So then in the ninth house, Saturn again would cause issues with father. It would cause issues with gurus. It may end up causing issues in higher education. It may cause difficulty in higher education, or it might boost higher education, but it will give other obstacles along with it. Then in the 10th house, it would be career, it would be status in life, it would be public life. It'll make you work, right? So you might be shoved into a position that ends up stressing you beyond your limit. So you might be appointed as the team lead of a certain team that you didn't expect at all costs, and you feel happy because Saturn is sitting in the 10th house. It's a very good house to have Saturn, but you feel happy. But as you start taking up the responsibility, what ends up happening is you feel enslaved at the same time. You end up experiencing that burden after a point of time. So that would be that. Now 11th house Saturn would mean it could afflict your gains. It can actually boost your gains at the same time, depending on how favorable or unfavorable your Saturn is. But it can also afflict your ability to get rewards and promotions. It will delay the rewards and promotions that you get, the gains that you get, the gain of profit. So your business may end up making profit, but that money may not be recognized in the account because you have so many pending payments to happen. So those kinds of delays. Then the 12th house. So on the 12th house, what Saturn could end up causing is it could end up leading to a certain degree of isolation. So it can be isolation in the form of isolation of the sleep environment, or it could also lead to imprisonment. It could lead to loss of freedom, or it could force you to go to a spiritual place where you yourself end up isolating yourself. So that kind of isolation. But at the same time, you shouldn't consider that this is bad. It's a karmic lesson it's trying to teach you. So based on that lesson, if you're able to modify your behavior, there might be a way out. So going to meditative places, go to meditative places, and you see in the modern context of the world, where accumulation of money, accumulation of property, accumulation of career growth, that's all that is the only thing that's really celebrated, right? So in that case, with Saturn in the 12th house, it will derail you and it will make you go into these other things so that you focus on those things before you come back into regular life. So that's really how Saturn will work. So I hope this gives you an idea. In addition, I want to use some practical, real life examples of how Saturn really plays, depending on which house it is and what kind of positions. So in any Saturn Mahadasha, it does not matter how old you are. First thing is it will make you work. Whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're in the middle ages, Saturn will force you to work. So an example is a student studying in a college. He gets, as soon as his Saturn Mahadasha starts, he gets a job offer, and then the company expects him to start working even before his final year is done. Example one. Example two is the child is too young to even be earning money, but is forced into a profession either by circumstances or by his own will, and he gets into business or he gets into some kind of activity. So the children that start earning at a very young age, not everybody, but someone who's been pushed into it, someone who's been sort of enslaved into it. You see, so that's a sign of Saturn. Got it? Now there are people who succeed as singers, who succeed as child artists. That's usually a sign of Venus. Maybe it could have Saturn's affliction a little bit, but those people do not really feel the brunt. But it's usually the child that becomes a mechanic, the child that gets into work as a maid servant in order to, that's an indication of Saturn based periods, or the child getting into business. So those kinds of things are Saturn's afflictions. Then, as you are older, in your older senior ages, so in a senior age, for most people, they just need to retire and they just need to rest. But if they are pushed into work at that time period, if they are pushed into such kind of difficulty, it's usually Saturn. So that is Saturn making you hard work. Then the second thing is the modern middle class worker who has a lot of EMIs to pay, who has a lot of payments to make. He's earning a good salary, but half of his salary goes to EMIs, and with the remaining, he has to live and he has to pay. But at the same time, there's so much pressure at work. So he has to go to work, he has to manage everything, and then he has to come back home and rest. And then on the weekends, he goes out for a drink. And because of the drinking he does, he gets digestive issues, he develops cholesterol, and all those things. So that's classic Saturn problems. Now, majority of the population, I think, in this generation, in their middle ages, experience uh, a Saturn-based Mahadasha or one of those Saturn periods. The 7 of Saturn, or one of those things. So that's the thing. Then Saturn will also cause limited time to sleep or rest, limited time to sleep or rest, or there will be no room for sleep. You may not be able to call a place as your place of rest. Then denial of vacations, body aches, lots of body aches, and then you start aging. So a young person appears older than he originally is. That's 100% Saturn. And then the other thing you also want to look out for is Saturn. You want to look out at your ankles. Now, how clean are your ankles? Number one. And then how many cracks do you develop in your ankles? Most people will develop cracks in their ankles in a Saturn time, in a Saturn period. And in the next video, actually, I'll go through the various remedies that you can do. But these are all symptoms of Saturn, the symptoms of Saturn in its full effect. And you want to look into this and then start looking at how to approach it in the right way. Thank you.